Like the NPC rewards and the vendors give you like 1 shekel, they give you like a fucking beef jerky and that is it. We need a little bit more gold. And I believe Classic Plus has an opportunity now to reset the war in World of Warcraft. So guys, if we look beyond the hype veil that all of the Classic creators are putting onto Classic Plus right now, we need to understand one thing, and I believe this is something that nobody ever talks about when it comes to Classic Plus, is that this is most likely the final chance for Blizzard to get their shit together and deliver a Classic experience we deserved and hasn't been delivered since basically 2019 launch of Classic WoW. In this video, I'm gonna break down my personal feelings about Classic Plus, what I've learned about the way Blizzard handles Classic versions of WoW, because I'm playing TBC Anniversary and streaming it every single day since pre-patch, and what mistakes I've seen Blizzard has done with the recent iterations of Classic WoW, which would be, of course, TBC Anniversary and Season of Discovery Phase 4, and this fake streamer reset that happened on SOD a couple of weeks ago as well. Because of this, I will be ignoring the Classic WoW 2019, the Burning Crusade Classic, and Wrath of the Lich King that came after it, and we will be only focusing on the recent, more modern versions of Classic WoW. So if you look at TBC Anniversary, the recent version of Classic WoW that Blizzard is managing, but I also feel like it's been the most mismanaged version of Classic WoW. So where do we start with TBC Anniversary? The first and the biggest thing for me in TBC Anniversary, which I like, is the fact that all the attunements are shared between your alts, so it's basically account wide. I believe if they lock the attunements back down to only characters, it's going to limit the amount of fun people are going to have, and they're not going to be able to experience all of the classes in Classic Plus. Assuming Classic Plus is going to bring a bunch of new talents, reworks to all classes, new classes, and God knows what, if those new characters are going to be locked to doing attunements over and over, it might really burn people out prematurely. TBC Anniversary, I think attunement with account-wide stuff was a very good experiment, and I think it worked. In fact, on my stream every single day, I'm hearing people praising the account-wide attunements. How do you feel about the account-wide attunements? Let me know down in the comment section. The second thing, which was not as good as the account-wide stuff, which happened kind of unintentionally on TBC Anniversary, is that the pack culture is pretty strong. Guilds are not so necessary on TBC Anniversary. So because Blizzard nerfed the content basically to oblivion, it made guilds kinda obsolete. Now this is inherently a pretty bad thing, and I agree with you, but when you look at it from the other perspective, guilds are kinda used in World of Warcraft as a gatekeeping tool for the raids. And I think Blizzard understood this and wanted to draw in a broader audience into TBC Anniversary, and I think because of the numbers that TBC Anniversary still has, to this day 300,000 active raiders, has proven that having a very healthy pack culture in WoW Classic is an important thing. While I'm not advocating for them to bring SR, HR, and all these other crap systems that are currently in place with TBC Anniversary, I want that they definitely make the pack culture somehow rewarding, and I want that it's as active on Classic Plus as it is on TBC Anniversary. I'm a firm believer that guilds are a thing of the past, and while I'm also advocating that we shouldn't obviously remove guilds for the game as a very important social aspect of Classic WoW, the pack culture also must be almost as strong as the guilds. So if somebody logs in who never played Classic World of Warcraft, he doesn't have to go through loopholes to find a guild, to prove himself to be a decent player. Maybe he should just be able to go into a raid and clear it with a bunch of packs. Now, whether they're gonna do this through Dungeon Finder, whether they're gonna do it through rewarding the group finder, or however the hell they're gonna do it, I don't care. That's up to them to think about. You and me shouldn't be thinking about this. You know why? Because we're not getting paid to be developers. So this is up to them to decide how they're going to do this. But because TBC Anniversary has shown a pretty large amount of raiders throughout the 7 months that it has existed, I believe that Blizzard is probably going to try to implement pack culture into Classic Plus. I know how a lot of people feel about packs in Classic Plus, but guys, if they're not going to have the broad appeal of having some type of either solo queue or any other way they're going to make packs relevant in Classic Plus, they're not going to earn as much money with Classic Plus. Because if all the casual people, if all the new players and people who aren't associated with WoW are coming in here and they cannot play endgame without joining some guild and being on Discord with like 25 people every single evening, Blizzard is not gonna make as much money, and we all know how greedy Blizzard is. To them, all this is business, and if they're not gonna make a lot of money with Classic Plus, especially in those first couple of months, there's gonna be a high chance that they just stop making content for Classic Plus as the years go by. So it must, in my humble opinion, have a strong pack culture in Classic Plus. The war in World of Warcraft has been on the decline for nearly 15 years now, and I believe Classic Plus has an opportunity now to reset the war in World of Warcraft. The Ascension private server has made Battlegrounds a part of the leveling experience. If you play Ascension, I don't have to tell you much more. Battlegrounds are absolutely popping in that private server. But Battlegrounds in TBC are pretty much dead, and people only use them to get honor capped, and then they never play them again. I don't like this. I'm a firm believer that Battlegrounds and World PvP are what makes World of Warcraft different from other cozy PvE only games that we see from other companies and other genres. And with Classic Plus, they must deliver a Battleground system and an open world PvP system that is rewarding and offers replay value. Blizzard, you cannot let players make content for you in Battlegrounds and the World PvP. Make Battlegrounds a part of the level experience. Ascension has done it. Learn from them. It's active there for a reason. If you cannot find a way to implement good rewards into the Battlegrounds and you're just so creative about it, just make people earn fucking gold when they win a Battleground. Make it like, I don't know, 30-40 gold per win on a Battleground. You might eliminate some of the gold buying and the awful economy that TBC Anniversary is suffering from. Which brings us to my next point. The economy in TBC Anniversary is absolutely insufferable. In fact, I believe that the economy in TBC Anniversary is the worst I'd ever seen. Even retail, where you can buy tokens, where you can buy gold, where you can boost people for hundreds of thousands of gold, millions even. How do I know? I've done it. I've played retail for many years. I have millions and millions of gold on retail. And I believe that this version of the game, TBC Anniversary, is hell of a lot worse than retail when it comes to the economy. And plenty of that comes because there is no real way to make relevant gold off the get-go. The only way you make relevant gold in TBC Anniversary is HRing, for example, right now in Phase 2 Vortexes, in SSC and Tempest Keep, and then making, I don't know, Belt of Blasting or some of the other craftable items with professions and selling them. But, you know, you doing that means you're cucking other players because they cannot get Vortexes. The other way you can make gold is being Double Gatherer. But the only real way you make gold as a Double Gatherer is by having 5k flying. And the only way you can really get 5k flying is by just grinding relentlessly daily quests, clearing Netherstorm and Shadowmoon Valley and other things. So people just opt to buy gold on TBC University. I mean, think about it. Why would they grind for like 100 to 200 hours to get 5k gold when it's like 40 euro? I mean, they're basically working in-game for like 1 cent per hour. It's just not worth it. When he can make like 40 bucks in about 2 hours with a retail job and just buy gold. Blizzard needs to reward gold with Battlegrounds and World PP. Make some type of a bounty system. In the Barrens, I don't know, let's say I'm an orc, I'm a bounty with the Alliance, you know, kill 10 orcs in the Barrens, you know, and you get like 50 gold. Make the open world a part of the goddamn economy. I don't know why this has never been done. Like the NPC rewards and the vendors give you like 1 shekel. They give you like a fucking beef jerky and that is it. We need a little bit more gold. So this way you're going to lessen the amount of gold buying that will happen on Classic Plus, which means there are going to be less bots. If less people are buying gold, that means that the companies that sell gold are going to have less bots running around. While you will never eliminate this problem because there's going to be always many whales in MMORPGs, you will lessen it by increasing the rewards from people engaging with your goddamn world. Please, I beg you, Blizzard, do something with the open world, make it a part of the global economy. It is absolutely useless and it's only used for leveling. Whenever we turn here, there's never anything to farm, there's never any bonus quests to do here, or any way to interact with Azeroth or Outland at DBC beyond doing, you know, your Ogrilla and Skyguard dailies. Please implement something that is relevant with the economy in the open world. The fourth and the final thing I want to speak about is the way that I think they're going to be delivering content in Classic Plus. A couple of streams ago, I said to my chat that I think we're only going to get like 1 or 2 classes at the beginning of Classic Plus for like year 1, and it's most likely going to be Demon Hunter and a DK because they only have those classes on retail. They're going to bring us some ambassador versions of those classes with like unique talents and maybe gear in Classic Plus. And I told them that for the first 3 months, like 6 months and maximal a year, I'm okay with only having 2 classes and them being, you know, maybe from retail, but made for Classic Plus. We had DKs, Demon Hunters, as far back as Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, and so on. In fact, Demon Hunter was even planned for Vanilla WoW. He has been on many artworks for Vanilla, but I had to scrap him because I didn't have time. Same thing that happened with the Nagas. But beyond that year 1, we need to have a regular content release. And by regular content release, I don't mean them releasing a raid every 6 months. I mean every, 2-3 weeks, they need to do small changes to things. For example, let's say that we are playing Elemental Shaman. I'm currently an Elemental Shaman here in the Barrens. If, for example, let's say Fire Nova Totem has been complained about that it takes too long to explode, people hate that it always pulls so much threat, you have to act on the spot and, kind of obey the feedback of the people. If everybody's saying that Fire Nova fucking sucks, then you can reduce the threat by a little bit, 5-10%, just give it a try. I don't want to wait 6 months for like a 5% increase in threat reduction on a Fire Nova Totem. They need to be very snappy, fast, and communicative. If they're just gonna, be in their bubble as they always have, they're currently in the bubble in TBC Anniversary, they were in the bubble with SOD as well. If they're gonna do the same thing, guys, Classic Plus it's gonna die very quickly. So guys, at this point, you might think I fucking hate Classic WoW. You might think I want Classic Plus to fail, and it couldn't be further from the truth. You have to believe me here. I only want that Blizzard understands that if Classic Plus fails, if it dies in 3 or 6 months, that is pretty much it for Classic. That's it, guys. This is the last hurrah, the ace in the hole. After Classic Plus, if everything goes to shit, what else do we have in Classic? What, they're gonna reset the servers again? We're gonna get Classic Anniversary 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, whichever one? Guys, no, nobody's gonna play that. It's gonna die. So Classic Plus, this is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like and a subscription. I stream WoW every single day. I'm gonna leave the link to my socials down in this video description. And I'll see you boys in another video. Peace out and have a good evening.